Welcome to this week's episode of China Regulatory Watch, produced by Dezan, Shira and Associates. We will cover a few of this past week's important news developments and also talk about some items that we are keeping an eye on. I'm Holly, and today I'm together with Lauren. In this week's episode, we will cover the Singapore Convention, China's negative lists, and Shanghai's Free Trade Zone update. Lauren, why don't you start us off with the Singapore Convention?
All right, thanks, Holly. So about 2 weeks ago, China signed the Singapore Convention on Mediation. Assistant Minister of Commerce Li Zhenggang was in Singapore to sign the convention, along with delegations from 67 other countries and regions, who all participated in the signing ceremony. About 46 countries, including China, the United States, India, Malaysia, and South Korea, were there to sign the convention. So what is the Singapore Convention on Mediation, and what does it do? Well, the Singapore Mediation Convention was drafted by the United Nations Commission on International Trade Law and was adopted by the United Nations General Assembly in December of 2018. The convention aims to improve the mediation system for international commercial dispute resolution, in addition to litigation and arbitration. So in commercial disputes, mediation often proves to be the cheapest, quickest, and most confidential mode for dispute resolution. However, there are certain drawbacks. Mediation settlements typically take shape in the form of a settlement agreement, which can be difficult to enforce, unlike arbitration or court litigation. Now, the convention will complement the existing international mediation legal framework and will strengthen the international rule of law in commercial dispute resolution. So in short, the convention will facilitate international trade and commerce by enabling disputing parties to easily enforce and invoke settlement agreements across borders. In China, the convention has received positive feedback, with many domestic organizations, such as the China Council for the Promotion of International Trade, China International Economic and Trade Arbitration Commission, and the Shanghai Mediation Center, all participating in the signing ceremony.
So, following on the heels of the updated Encourage list, which I talked about in the last episode, the state government recently announced that there would be revisions made to the Market Access National Negative List, not to be confused with the Foreign Investment National Negative List, by the end of September. So quickly, for those unfamiliar with the negative lists, these basically tell investors which sectors are restricted and which are prohibited outright. The Foreign Investment National Negative List, as suggested by its name, is specifically for foreign investors, and as you might expect, is a bit more comprehensive than the Market Access National Negative List. With this announcement, the Market Access National Negative List is expected to be shortened even further. This list affects both foreign and domestic firms, unless otherwise stipulated elsewhere. It standardizes market entry rules for all entities, whether state-owned or foreign invested. It's one of the lists that all foreign businesses should look at, in addition to the Foreign Investment National Negative List, or the FTZ version, if located in a foreign trade zone, along with the 2011 Guidance Catalog of Industrial Structure Adjustment and the recently updated Foreign Investment Encourage Catalog. The plan this announcement was made in also included such things as ordering a comprehensive cleanup by government and departments of existing rules and regulations, revising and repealing measures detrimental to fair competition, removing hidden barriers, and relaxing requirements for administration licenses and production licenses of industrial products. All of these orders, of course, reiterating China's commitment to leveling the playing field between domestic and foreign enterprises.
The last thing that we want to talk about this week is Shanghai's Free Trade Zone. So there is some exciting news for companies operating within the zone and for those looking to operate within the Free Trade Zone. China has just announced new tax incentives and import duty exemptions, as it also formally expands the zone to double its current size. Lingan, an area newly reclaimed from the sea and home to Tesla's first factory outside of the US, will be added. The Lingan new area will facilitate freer activities in trade, investment, finance, talents, and information. Businesses operating in this area will be able to enjoy tax incentives and other preferential policies, such as a reduced CIT rate and IIT subsidies to overseas talents. This expansion is a pioneering policy in an FTZ, with the successful experiences in this new area to be used in rolling out similar plans in the Yangtze River Delta and across the country. China is also planning a pilot project within the zone to drop all duties and ease procedures. The plan has not yet officially been announced, but we speculate that it could be announced as soon as this year. Now, in the midst of the trade war with the United States, China is keen to show more openness to the world on trade. The expansion of Shanghai's Free Trade Zone, along with the new pilot projects, is an important step to demonstrate China's opening up. So that's it for this week's updates, and thank you so much for tuning in. This podcast was produced by Dezan, Shira, and Associates. If you'd like to find out more, please subscribe or find us on Stitcher. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.